How's it going, guys? My name is TJP. Welcome back to another Madden NFL 25 franchise video. We have the New York Giants, our next NFC team, to see if we can win, the Super Bowl in 5 seasons, or just see how well we can do in 5 seasons with them. Not meant to be realistic. If we mispronounce your name, we mispronounce your name. It's a video game today. Don't take it too seriously. We're just here to have some fun. We're doing all 32 teams based on the standings, where they finished, and then also if they made the playoffs, we'll see where they finished in the playoffs. It's that simple. Should be fun. So, leave a like, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Comment down below some more video ideas. We have our socials, playlist, second channel, and main channel down below in the description. If you like other content from me, TJP. And with that being said, let's get on to the gameplay. So to start off here, let's take a look at what we're dealing with this first season. Now, again, I don't expect us to make the playoffs, but we got to see what we have here. Daniel Jones is our quarterback, but probably not for long. I don't see him being here. Drew Lock backing him up. We have Devin Singletary, Joshua Kelly, Tyrone Tracy Jr., halfbacks, and Gray is there as well. We got Jacob Johnson, fullback, wide receiver Darius Slayton, Malik Neighbors, and then Allen Robinson the second, top 3. Theo Johnson, our top tight end. We also have Bellinger backing him up and all these other guys. Andrew Thomas, left tackle. He's a keeper, it looks like. Left guard's going to be John Runyon, top guy. John Michael Schmitz Jr., center. And then we have Greg Van Roten as our right guard. Jermaine Luminor is our right tackle. We have Evan Neal backing him up. Then left end, nobody. Gotta get a left end. Right end, Joaquin Nunez Rocha Sr. and Timmy Horn. We have Dexter Lawrence II as our defensive tackle. Their top guy at least. Then we have some other guys there. Gavon Thibodeau, left outside linebacker. Middle linebackers be Bobby Okereke. And then we have Isaiah Simmons, McFadden, okay. And then Brian Burns is our top right outside linebacker. Corners, Deontay Banks, Trey Herndon, and Cordell Flott. Free safety is going to be Jason Pinnock. And then strong safety, Tyler Newbin. Kicking is Graham Gano. Punting is Jamie Gillen. All right. Left end is probably the biggest priority since we do not have one. So I'm just going to go to the improved team and see if there's anybody out there we can add. And, obviously, a couple other positions of need, too, that we'll try to add, too, as well. Majai Sanders could work. We'll throw him a contract for the season. Nothing crazy. And then, we could go with either a center or right end. What kind of right ends are out there? You could try to trade for one, but what kind of centers are out there as well? We could let John Michael. Yeah, we could let John Michael cook. I guess I can get a fullback. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, a lot of D's. We're gonna be pretty bad, so I'm gonna see if there's maybe any trades we can make, like for some guys that we don't really want that are making a lot of money, and try to get some picks with them. All right, well, there's really nobody that's like on a. Obviously Daniel Jones. I think I'm gonna move him though in the offseason, depending on how he does. And we're just gonna see how this team does. We'll go look at the midseason again. I'm not expecting this to be good. I imagine we'll lose all 7 games. At least we should. And then as I say that, we'll probably end up being 4-3. Knowing EA. So, I'm going to see you guys at the midseason. And we'll look to kind of assess where we want to go forward with this team. But, I hope we're bad. That's the goal. We have our picks, right? Let me just make sure, in case you guys didn't see that. I'm going to show you now. We do have our picks and an extra 7th rounder to boot. We are 1-6. Okay, so we are not doing great, but the Commanders are worse than us. I'm just going to make sure we load in the draft class right now. And like I said, I still can't load in anything else other than the 2025 one in. So, how fun is that, right? It's all good. But anyways, let's take a look here at the stats, see who's not doing well and who's doing well. And as you can see, we go to the stats and awards, and yep, Daniel Jones is horrible. So 1,005 yards, 7 TDs, 6 interceptions at 59% clip, 74.8 pass rating. Like I said, I'm getting rid of him. Singletary, 533 TDs. I'm taking out from Daniel Jones, and then it goes down from there. You got wide receivers, Darius Slayton, 295, no touchdowns, 269 and 3 from league neighbors. Allen Robinson II, 205 and 2. Then we have sacks allowed. A couple guys with 3 and a couple guys with 1, so 8 total as a team. Blocking's been alright. Tackles, McFadden, 31 tackles, lead the squad. 28 from Deontay Banks. Cordell Flat, 27. 26 from Bobby, as well as Isaiah Simmons. Kevon Thibodeau, 26. 21 from Newman and Lawrence II. And it just kind of keeps going from there. Jai Sanders, 3.5 sacks. 3 from Lawrence II. Thibodeau with 2. 1 from Nunez Rocha Sr. And then Isaiah Simmons, half sack. Interceptions, 3 from Banks, and a few guys here with 1. There's your kicking, punting, kick return, and punt return. Okay. Let's look at the team stats. That's what we got to look at. 27th in offensive points per game, last in pass yards, 6th in rush, 30th in opponent's points per game, 22nd in opponent pass yards, and rush yards 23rd. Yeah, clearly not a very good team. That's all right. So, I don't know. I'm going to see if we can try to make some moves. We have lots of guys under I want negotiations. And couple guys with options. I mean, I guess we could see who wants to stay around. So I'll play around with that. I'm curious to see if I can make any trades now. Like just trade away like Daniel Jones, because quite honestly, I really don't want him. But the problem is that, you know, his cap hit is pretty crazy, the penalty and stuff. So it's not I get much out of him. I mean, what do the Steelers have to offer me? I mean, and also too, it's like he's not very valuable. That's the other thing. Like I don't really get much out of him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Larry Ogunjobi, try him. I mean, I could try doing a small move here to see if there's anything. Like, would the Steelers do that? Yeah, no. So that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of value without giving up picks. So. And I don't know if I want to do that right now. So I might wait till the offseason, like I said, to trade Daniel Jones. And if I have to trade some picks, I will, to get some more picks this year. I think we're just going to kind of keep the team as is the first season. And then, you know, we're going to focus on free agency, the draft, and all that fun stuff. But let's just keep losing. Hopefully we have the worst record and then we get a number one pick. I'm going to take someone like Carson Beck, probably, like a young quarterback, have him develop, and just see what happens from there. Somehow we went 8-9. I don't understand it. I wanted us to be bad, and we ended up going 8-9. We almost made the playoffs. I guess that's to our credit. We're a second-half team. I mean, I don't really understand it, but hey, okay, it's going to make my life a little bit more challenging now. To be honest, I would have rather have been worse. Now, watch us get better next year, and then what's going to happen is we're going to end up losing way more games. So, yeah, Daniel Jones, I mean, numbers speak for itself. Not great. Not great. So, like I said, I'm trying to look for a better quarterback. Singletary, 1,091 yards, 3 TDs, 427 and 3 from Jones, 205 and 5 from Kelly. Receiving wise, Robinson II, 660 and 5, 624 and 6 from Neighbors. Slayton 527, no TDs, 398 and 1 from Theo Johnson. In terms of sacks allowed, 8 from Luminor, Thomas 7, 3 from Runyon, 2 from Smith Jr. I mean, it could be better, could be worse. Bobby with 89 tackles, lead the defensive side of the ball. We got Isaiah Simmons with 82. Deontay Banks, 71-62 from Kevon Thibodeau. Cordell Flott, 61-60 from Newbin. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing here from some players. Dexter Lawrence II, 7 sacks, 5.5 from Thibodeau, 4 from Sanders, 3.5 there from Burns. A bunch of guys with 1.5 piece. 6 interceptions. Deontay Banks, that's good. 2 from Pinnock, and then a bunch of guys with 1. Kicking, punting, kick return, punt return. Shout out to Tyron Tracy Jr. Punt return TD. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know how we went 8-9 the rest of the way, but I guess good for us. Well, like I said, I wasn't expecting it. See the rankings. Yeah, we could look to get a better quarterback, but obviously, defensively, we did do better. So, we're just going to see what happens in the... Yeah, there's a trade center right here, right? Yeah, we're just going to see what happens in the playoffs. And then look forward to the offseason to try to make this team better. So, see you then. Wow, the Super Bowl. Dallas and Miami. Who won? Wow, Dallas. What a surprise. Dak Prescott, Super Bowl MVP and NFL MVP. Zach Taylor for the Bengals, Coach of the Year. Tyler Lockett, Offensive Player of the Year. Seahawks, Defensive Player of the Year. Raiders, Max Crosby. Caleb Williams, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bears, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Packers, Edgerrin Cooper. Congratulations to everybody. Let's head on to the offseason. All right, this is where we need to work on some stuff here. So Tibbet, obviously, we're going to accept his option. And someone else here had an option. Yep, Evan Neal. As for everybody else, I mean, we'll see if we can get some of these guys back on the team. And we're going to try to see if we can make some trades and then worry about the drafts and free agency. So let's do it. So a lot of my guys want to test. That's fine with me. Time for me to make some trades. That's really what I want to do. And we're going to do that once we advance to free agency. Or I could take Jalen Milroe. Could also be a good option at quarterback, too. I don't know. We'll see who's out there. Either Beck or Milroe, one or the other. But let's see what free agency kind of has in store for us. A little over $34 million. And if I trade Daniel Jones, we're going to have much cap room this year anyway. But I mean, there's a couple good guys here that I'd like to try to get, if possible. So, all right. I'll obviously get rid of Daniel Jones first for something. All right, Daniel Jones to the Raiders for a 4th-round pick this year. It's not a lot of value, but it's fine. And yeah, does that ruin my cap? It does. So now I have no money, so I'm going to have to do some contract restructuring to potentially sign some guys. So I was saying I figured it would do that, but I just don't want Daniel Jones on my team, so it's fine. It's totally fine. I could have maybe just sat him sit, but it's just like, let's just get rid of him now. So it's all good. Let me do my restructuring contracts, see if we can try to free up some money and add some more talent to this team free agency. All right, so obviously with free agency over, not too much went on. Obviously we have a lot of cap, but I did get McCole Hardman Jr., Isaiah Rodgers Sr., got ourselves Ryan Wright, Elijah Molden, and Daniel Brunskill. It's all right. The draft is where we're going to get our quarterback. It's probably going to be hopefully either Jalen Milroe or Beck. Probably going to be Jalen Milroe. So we're just going to advance on to the draft and try to add some more young guys to the team, develop them. I'm hoping next year, I mean, if we're 8-9, we should be better, but I already know that we're probably going to be worse than we were just knowing the sim engine. So yeah, let's just go to the draft and get ourselves a QB. That's this first thing that we need to do. All right, I need a QB. I'm going Jalen Milroe. Easily gonna get him. Fits perfectly with our team. This is the absolute, probably the best pick I could make at this position. Just because, like I said, I need a quarterback, and it works out well for me. So, all right, Jalen Milroe, welcome to the squad. I'm gonna do everybody else and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the draft recap, and you know, it's all right. Listen. Jalen Milroe is going to be our QB. I'm happy about that. We got a free safety in Sampson. We got Pryor. We got Colby Reese. So we actually I thought we had a solid draft, I got to say. So, all right. I mean, listen, we're going to head on to the next season. Hopefully we can maybe, I mean, if we're 8-9, maybe we can make the playoffs. Who knows? If not, then next year for sure. So let's see it. All right, so take a look here at the second season. We look at the roster. And we've got Jalen Milroe as our QB. Singletary, Tracy Jr., and Gray. Basically our 3 running backs. No fullbacks. Wide receiver, Neighbors, Hardman Jr. and Robinson, top 3 guys. Okay. Tight end's going to be Theo Johnson. We have Andrew Thomas as our left tackle. Our left guard is John Runyon still. We have John Michael Smith Jr. It's our center. Right guard's Brunskill. Luminor is our right tackle. Right now, our top guy, Majai Sanders, left end. Right end's going to be Colby Reese. Defensive tackles, Dexter. I keep saying DeMarcus Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence II, our best player. Then we have Jermichael Pryor as well. Thibodeau is going to be our left outside linebacker. Our middle linebacker is Bobby, and then Isaiah Simmons. Madden's up there too in the mix. Burns will be our top right outside linebacker. Banks, Roger Sr., and Cordell Flott, top 3 corners. And then we have Molden as our free safety. Sampson, though, might take him over. Who knows? And then strong safety will be Tyler Newman. Graham Gano is still our kicker, and our punter is now Ryan Wright. They're our pick situation. So let's see what this team does. I mean, I don't know how improved we're going to be. We are going to go to the improved team, though. So I do think we could maybe pick up somebody. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to double check if there's anybody out there that we could maybe grab. Just looking. Right ends, maybe. Farrell, maybe. Gibson. I mean, I could go with Gibson. Or Curran. Yeah. Ronquo. Let's see if we can pick him up. I'm going to pick him up for this season. He can kind of serve as like a bridge piece mentor. So that should help us out on that front. And then any good left ends out there. Not necessarily free safeties. We're all right on that position. And then kicking and punting. All right. Yeah, it works for me. Okay. So we're just going to, I guess, head on to start to simulating the second season. We have a little bit of money to play around with. I could try to, like I say, make a small move, which I might do just because we have a little bit of money. Maybe I can, well, maybe not a small move, but maybe try to get some talent. We'll keep our picks this year, but maybe trade some future picks to try to get some like guys that can help us out for the future. So let's see what's out there in the market. All right, done deal here. 2 first, a second, and third round pick to the Buccaneers. We're getting Cansey, Luke, and Barton, as well as a 4th, 5th, and 6th round pick this year from the Buccaneers. So that is probably going to be the only trade I make for now. So I think we improved the team a little bit. We've got some guys that are relatively young that will also develop with the squad. It's going to be fun. I think we might surprise some people, hopefully. Have a good season. All right, well, we are improved right now. Well, technically speaking, at this point in the season last year, we were not 3-4. Now we're 3-4. The question is, will we finish at least 8-9? I don't know, but I will say this: we have some promise, a little bit of promise. Nothing crazy from Milrow, though. I think we'll have to see how he does. I mean, it's a little bit better. It's still not great, but again, he's a young guy, so we'll see how he adjusts. Second half of the season, if he can do better. Singletary forward, 4 TDs, 102 there from Milrow, 2 TDs. That's really about it. Johnson's going to be at 367, no TDs, 353 and 4 from Malik Neighbors. Cole Harbor Jr., 265, 1 TD, 226 and 1 from Robinson. Singletary, 108 and 1 on the receiving end. In terms of sacks allowed, Brunskill with 4, as well as Luke. And then we also have Thomas and Barton with 2, 1 from John. Tackles, Simmons leading the way with 61, 43 from Banks, 37 from Bobby, 31 from Newman, 30 from Sampson, Burns 29, as well as Molden, 27 from Thibodeau, 24 from Rogers Sr. Cansey with 22. 4 sacks there from Thibodeau to lead the squad. A couple guys with 2.5. 1.5 sacks there from Agbonia, and then Isaiah Simmons a half sack. Just 2 interceptions as a team. Kicking, punting. Kicking's been perfect. Punting. Kick return. Punt return. So like I said, 3-4. Look at the rankings. Right now, you can see We're 26th in offensive points per game, 19th in pass yards, rush yards, 26th, 25th in opponent's points per game, 32nd in opponent's pass yards, so dead last. And then 95.5 yards opponent rush per game, 20th. We have the Broncos. I mean, this is a team you should be able to beat. So we'll see what happens. We got 13 players up for negotiations. Any of these guys want to say a little bit of money here? I think a couple of these guys will also have some options. Luke, obviously expiring, so I'd like to keep him around if we can. That should get the job done, and it does. Maybe slight overpay, but again, we can restructure, so I'm not too worried. Robinson, giving you a 5-year deal, buddy. Flat. We'll do this. That should work. Okay, that's fine. We'll wait on you then. Anybody else here that's kind of like, yeah, okay, this could work. Get you a little 4-year deal, and that's exactly what you were hoping for. Good. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of money to play around with. Yeah, Banks as an option. So does Can't See. So that's good. All right. Let's head on to the end of the season, see if we can make the playoffs. It's going to be a tough one. Can't guarantee that we will, but I do think next year will be a year that we can make it. Oh, let's see what happens. Try to beat the Broncos and beat all these other teams, and yeah, maybe have a shot at the wild card. So to end the season, 6-11, somehow worse than last year. Like I said, it's all right. Okay. 26th in offensive points per game, 22nd in pass yards, rush yards, 19th, 28th in defensive points per game, which isn't great. Last in pass yards, 19th in rush. So, lost some games there that we probably should have won, but we didn't. Shout out to EA's simulation engine, as I like to say. All right. Let's look at the stats. See what the narrative is. Well, Milroe, there's some promise here. 3,315 yards, 21 TDs, 15 interceptions, 67% completion percentage, 92.2 passer rating. The rush, 1,029, 11 TDs from Singletary. He's coming off a good year. Milroe, 310, 3, 205.1 from Tracy Jr. Receiving-wise, 865, 10 TDs there from Neighbors. 768 and 3 from Hardman Jr. Theo Johnson, 713 and 1. The Devil's number from Wandale Robinson, as well as 4 TDs. And then sacks. 7 there from Luke. Okay, 6 from Brudskill. Run you with 5-4 from Barton. 3 from Thomas and Neal. And a partridge in pear tree for John Michael Schmitz Jr. 1. Nobody had 2, but 2 guys had 3. So I guess you could say it like that. 111 tackles from Simmons and Bobby with 104. Only 2 guys with over 100. So that's fantastic to see. 75 from Banks. 74 from Sampson. 73 from Newbin, Rogers Sr. 71, 62 from Thibodeau, and it just kind of keeps going down. How about sacks? We've got 8 there from Thibodeau, 5.5 from Burns, Yancey with 4.5, 4 from Agbonia, 3 from Pryor, 2 from Simmons, and a bunch of guys with half. There your interceptions, just 5 as a team, Banks with 2, and a few guys with 1. Graham Gano kicking, 89%, punting, your kick return, pretty solid. And your punt return. Okay. Alright, let's obviously, since we didn't make the playoffs, we're gonna head on to the offseason. Let's look at the playoff bracket. I'm curious. Wow, Dallas. Kansas City. I want to say this. Anybody but Dallas. We need more. We just need more parity in these first 3 years. It can't just be Dallas every year, right? EA or. And now here's the thing. When I play as Dallas, there will be parity and I won't win. It's so weird that I don't know. We're gonna sim to the off season. I'll see you guys there. Hopefully, maybe it's somebody other than Dallas that wins. And nope, it was Dallas beating Kansas City. And DeMarcus Lawrence, Super Bowl MVP. There's DeMarcus. That's the correct I've been saying DeMarcus all video instead of Dexter. Dak was the NFL MVP. Andy Reid, Coach of the Year. Dak Prescott, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year was the TJ Watt. Chase McGain, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Titans. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Alfonso Winthrop from the 49ers. Very cool stuff. So now, on to the offseason. We got to see if we can improve this team. Re-sign some players, do some cap restructuring, maybe make a trade or two here and there, maybe 3, maybe 4,467. Probably not that much, but still, let's advance on to the offseason. So we have some contract negotiations, a little bit of money to play around with here. Banks, of course, we're going to accept his option, as well as Cansey. And then as for the rest of these players, well, there's some guys here that we wouldn't mind keeping. Some guys we can kind of just let walk. And that's really what it comes down to. There's really not much. I mean, McFadden, if he wants to stay around, I mean, we can make it happen. But he's not interested, so that's fine. Daniel Bellinger, I mean, again, if you want to stay around, but it's not a problem if you don't want to. So, okay, you do. So that's great. And then, didn't really care about you guys. Not necessarily. I mean, Jermaine, if you want to stay around, 2-year deal. Alright, cool. And so I'll have a little bit of money. Of course, I am going to improve the team in free agency. We got to get some guards. Maybe I'll make some trades as well. But restructuring of contracts will be important to give us more money. I feel as though we might have some decent stuff happening here in this free agency. So let's head on to it. Here's our class. Brock Purdy is out there. I mean, that is amazing. I can't afford him. Brock, of course, the one time I need a quarterback, I mean, this would be great to get Brock Purdy. I mean, we can go after Jalen Ramsey. It's not horrible. That's not horrible at all. I mean, Tyron Smith wouldn't be bad. We have Andrew Thomas, so it really doesn't make any sense to get him. Debo would be an interesting pickup too. I might throw Debo an offer. All right, there's some plays here. All right, I'm gonna look around and see if we can get. Should be fun. Try to add some talent to the team. All right, a done deal here with the Cardinals. Robinson, Melton, Adams, a 4th and 2 7th-round picks. We're giving up our 1st-round pick, and as well as a Corin Ronco. So yeah, Agbonia is going over to the Cardinals. Yeah, we're getting some good pieces there. I like it. And yeah, we're going to show you guys a free agency recap because we are now over the budget. But I like the team. I think we improved tremendously. And when you look at some of the guys we got in free agency, well, we basically got everybody that we wanted to target. So Kyle Juszczyk's coming over, fullback. We got Debo Samuels coming over. We got Brandon Aubrey, kicker, Britton Scherf. Right guard, we got Michael Pierce, defensive tackle, then we got John Runyon, back of the team, left guard. So, not bad at all. I like the squad. I think 3rd season is the year we should be able to make the playoffs, and who knows? Anything could happen once we make the playoffs. So, I'm going to advance, show you guys the draft recap, and then we're going to head on to the 3rd season, and like I said, hopefully it's a well-improved team. All right, time to look at the recap, and there it is. We got some solid pieces. We got some good players. A lot of players, a lot of young guys. I mean, like I said, I'm probably mainly done with the draft now. This is kind of where I'm probably going to trade away some of the picks, or more of the picks, like, you know, try to get some better, more win now talent, even, or just young guys that could develop into win now talent, like within a season or so. But all right, that's it. So let's head on to the next season. Like I said, I think we're going to be an improved team this year. So we have our 3rd season. Let's look at the roster. And I'm excited. I am. I'm very excited for this upcoming season. Milroe is going to be our QB, obviously. Saunders backing him up. Halfbacks, we got Singletary, Tracy Jr., and Gray. Top 3 guys. Kyle Juszczyk to be our fullback. We got Neighbors, Debo Samuel, and McCall Harbin Jr. Top 3 receivers. I mean, whew, that's very nice. So there's some options for Milroe now, which is great. Johnson's going to be our tight end still, which is great. Then we have left tackle Andrew Thomas. Left guard John Runyon back here with Isaiah Adams backing him up. We got Barton Schmitz Sr. centers. Right guard Braden Scherf. Luke's going to be our right tackle. Jermaine's going to be our backup right tackle, possibly backup right guard too. Then Evan Neal's there still as well. Kalijah Cansey is our left end. Right end is going to be Darius Robinson. Defensive tackle, Dexter Lawrence II. That time I didn't say it incorrectly. Michael Pierce, also another defensive tackle, too. There's Pryor. Okay. Thibodeau, left outside linebacker, starting. Bobby, two-bear middle linebacker. Isaiah Simmons, also there, too. Here's Hawkins, who we drafted that fits the scheme of the team. Brian Burns, also looking great. Right outside linebacker. Corners, Deontay Banks, Max Melton, Isaiah Rodgers Sr. Top 3 dudes. Sampson, free safety. Strong safety will be Tyler Nubin. Kicking is Brandon Aubrey, and our punter is Ryan Wrightstone. So very nice. I think this team should be able to make the playoffs. It should. Will we? Well, let's find out. See you guys at the midseason. Not making any trades. I mean, I could actually, before I see you guys, let me just look to see if there's anybody that we can add to the team. I highly doubt it. And I highly think we don't. I don't know if we even really need to, per se. Is there a better free safety? I mean, we could pick up Tyrann Mathieu. I'm not opposed to it. I'll pick him up. Little veteran presence. Might as well, right? Might as well boost it up if we can. Left guards. Yeah. All right. I'm cool. I like the squad. Let's advance on. All right. So we're at the midseason. 5-2. 5-2. Not bad. It is definitely better. And let's take a look at the stats here and see what the story has for us, what it unfolds. Now, Milrow, not too bad. With 1,325 yards, 13 TDs, 4 interceptions, 63% complete percentage. Went 100.8 pass rating, so it's definitely an improvement. 543 and 5 TDs there from Singletary. There's Milrow, Trace Jr. Okay. Kyle Juszczyk's got a rush TD as well. 2 attempts. He hasn't played much. 352 and 2 TDs there from Deebo Samuel. 341 and 3 from League Neighbors. 326 and 4 from Robinson. 170 and 3 from Johnson. Receiving wise, or not receiving, blocking wise, 4 from Andrew Thomas. In terms of sacks allowed, Luke's got 2 allowed. A couple guys here with 1. Tackles, Bobby, 45. 35 from Isaiah Simmons, 31 from Burns, 29 from Nubin, 27 from Melton, Isaiah Rodgers Sr. 26, as well as Cansey. Banks 25, 22 from Lawrence, Thibodeau, and Matthew with 20 apiece. You can see the sacks. 3.5 there from Thibodeau. A couple guys with 3, 2.5 there from Burns, 2 from Lawrence. Okay, not bad. Interceptions, just 3 as a team. There's your kicking. There's your punting. Kick return. And punt return. Now we have some contract negotiations. We're going to look at those. Before we do, let's see what the story is when it comes to team stats. We're 18th in offensive points per game, 19th in pass yards, 6th in rush, 2nd in opponent's points per game, 14th in opponent pass yards, and 13th in opponent rush. Okay, let's negotiate some contracts here, try to keep some guys on the team. Thibodeau wants a lot of money. Okay, we actually might not be able to keep some of these guys because right now we're near the cap limit. Neighbors luckily he's got an option, so does Barton, so does Robinson, so that's good for us. I mean, we could try to, I guess, who's least expensive here? Evan Neal. I feel like we can get Singletary back on a fairly cheap deal. Okay, well, he's not interested, I guess. Evan Neal, okay. No, we'll just wait till the offseason, I guess. I'll have to restructure contracts. Totally fine. All right. Yeah, let's see what happens here then the rest of the season. See you guys at the end of the year where we should be in the playoffs. I don't see why we wouldn't be, considering we are, well, 5-2. Ourselves a good season, 12-5. And we made the playoffs, so I'll take it. And we are going to be taking on the Niners in the wild card. Levi Stadium. All right, cool. Let's see what the story tells us by looking at the stats. Who did well and who didn't. Well, Milrow, not bad. 3,036 yards, 22 Ds, 11 interceptions, 93.7 passer rating, and a 64% completion percentage. It's better. It's better than Daniel Jones, that's for sure. 1,295 yards and 13 TDs from Devin Singletary. That was a great season from him. 355 and 2 from Milroe. There's Eric Gray, 110, 1 TD. Receiving, Neighbors, 904, 7 TD, 763 and 8 from Robinson. 69 2 from Deebo Samuel. Johnson, 445, 4 TDs. Blocking, 8 sacks from Thomas. Luke with 5, 4 from Neal, 3 from Cherf, 2 from Runyon, and 1 from Brandon Walton. Tackles, 105 there from Bobby, 97 from Isaiah Simmons, Isaiah Rogers, senior with 73, same thing with Max Melton. Newman, 69, as well as Thibodeau. Again, EA giving me 69. Nice. 65 from Tyrann Mathieu, 64 from Burns, and then just keeps going down. 15 sacks from Thibodeau. That's awesome. Very nice. 6.5 there from Lawrence the second. Burns with 6, as well as Cansey. 5.5 there from Robinson, 4 from Simmons, and then, yeah, good stuff. Interceptions, 3 from Banks, 2 from Dubin, and a few guys here. Several guys with 1. Aubrey, 19 of 22 with the kicking, punting. Ryan Wright, kick return, and punt return there, too. All right. And did we see the team stats? I don't know if we did, but we're going to look at them right now. So, against the Niners, they have the advantage in offensive points per game and pass yards. We're 18th and 29th in those categories, but every other category have the advantage in 5th in rush yards, opponent's points per game first, 13th in pass yards, and 1st in rush yards. So, let's see if we can beat them. We're going to go on to the Super Sim 49ers. Here we come. Okay. Let's hop on in. Super Sim, jump forward. End of the game. So first blood will go to us. We're up 7-0. And we're going to take a 14-0 lead. Going into the third quarter, it is 14-7. We're going to make it 17-7. Fourth quarter, 20-7 now. And we're going to win this football game fairly easily, 28-7 over the 49ers as we take them down. Jalen Milroe. Very nice. Very nice stuff there. Great job from the guys. It's a good start to the playoffs. Now we're in the divisional round. Geno Smith. Okay, that is, yeah, because I guess they lost Brock Purdy. Either that or he got hurt. I like it. 64.1% completion percentage. We'll take it. 2 TDs, 247 yards. Wonderful from Milroe. Look at this. Divisional, we got the Eagles. It's a good matchup. Points per game, they have the advantage in that. They have the advantage in pass yards and rush yards. And then we have the advantage in opponents' points per game and rush yards on defense. But this is a matchup we could lose. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. See you guys in the Super Sim. Is here. And let's hop on into the Super Sim. I'm going to fast forward to the end of the game. And maybe if it's close, we'll hop on in. First blood will go to the Eagles. They're up 7-0. They're up 14-0. 21. 21-7. 21-14. Okay. 28-14 second half. 20-21. We tie it up. Going to the fourth quarter. It is a close one here. Might as well hop on in. 2nd and 2. We're about to hit the 2-minute warning. I'm going to run this ball here, it looks like, with Singletary. No, we're not. Gonna take a first down now. Ooh, and then some. He broke the tackle. Wow. That was impressive. That was impressive. All right, 1:59 to go. We can tie this game up. Potentially. And we drop a pass. 1:56 to go. Got to get that first down. Alright, that is okay. 3rd and 5. Alright, looking. And touchdown to Mr. Johnson. My guy. Yeah, Theo Johnson. Wonderful stuff there. So we're going to tie this ball game up. The question is, can we hold on and can we hold them on defense? That is the question. We make the extra point. Not a bad drive there. Okay. So this game is tied. There's Brian, our head coach. So a minute 40. I don't know. It's going to be tough. We'll see if we can beat the Eagles here. We're going to get a stop. And it's now a minute 36 to go. So there's Devonta Smith. He's at 7 receptions, 100 yards, 1 TD. I am waiting to skip. Okay, thank you. I have to really use the bathroom, so... Oof, boy. I don't know if you need to know that, but I'm telling you, because... Why not? It's about as bad as it could get. Minute 11. I was as bad as it could get. And it just got worse. So now they are a minute 4 to go in field goal range. So this game is probably essentially over now. Minute to go. Barkley killing us a little bit. Trying to kill us. He's going to rush a little bit more here. Try to get some more yardage. Which he, gets a couple yards there. 3rd and 3. That was our final timeout. So now they're just going to run the clock down. If they get a first here, it's definitely over. So they don't get a first. They get an extra yard, but clock's going to basically go down to nothing. And we're not going to have a lot of time. So they're going to take the lead unless they miss a field goal. They did not. So 38 to 35. Elliott. So 13 seconds. I don't see us winning this game or even tying it. End racism. Keep it going. Kidding. 30 seconds. 13 seconds. We got a flag. And that is on us. Yep. Good job. So now we are 5 yards back, further back. Okay, 8 seconds. I mean, if we can get into field goal range, we have a chance with Aubrey. But it's going to be tough. We really needed that play to work. With 8 seconds to go, I don't know. We got to get some positive yardage. I don't really know what we're doing. Why would we do that? Why are we doing that? Why isn't anybody getting open? So now this is it. Now we're just hoisting. We had a flag. There's a flag. Nope. Alright, we're done. Holding on Evan Neal. Thanks, Evan. Yeah, game's over, so it doesn't matter. Alright, well, that's great. Commit 2 penalties to end the game. That's always fun. Better season. Good season, though. Divisional. Lost to the Eagles. That's unfortunate. Milrow, not a bad game. But, alright. I mean, listen, there's promise. Still got 2 seasons to go. Lots of young guys to develop. Obviously, free agency. We try to see stats more talent. Maybe we'll make a move with trades. But there's some promise. But we got to stop committing penalties. Ravens beat the Bears by 1 point to win the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson was the Super Bowl MVP. NFL MVP as well. Dave Canales was the Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year. Josh Nines Allen was your Defensive Player of the Year. Josh Webb, Cardinals Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year was the Carlos Divins from the Steelers. All right, cool. So you got a Ravens, Panthers, Ravens, Jaguars, Cardinals, and Steelers. All right, let's head on to the offseason. All right, so players ready to negotiate here. Obviously, we're going to accept the options on Neighbors. Thibodeau, we're going to try to see if we can keep him around. He wants a lot of money. But I think he'll accept maybe a slight discount. Yeah, just a slight one. I gave him a couple, $100,000 left. But yeah, we're good. Barton, accept his option. Robinson, we accept his. So, yeah, I'm going to have to make sure we could kind of restructure contracts to keep around some of these players. So I'm going to do that and try to add some more talent to the team. It's that simple. All right, I think I'm just going to let everybody else here go. I'm not going to re-sign Matthew. We're all right on free safety. So a little bit over 23 million. I do need to get a running back. So we're going to advance to free agency. I might make some trades. We'll see. We'll have a little bit of room to do that. Hopefully I know Singletary is on the market. Is he the best running back? Or did he retire? Maybe he retired, actually. Okay. I don't see him anywhere. Oh, there he is. Okay. I was about to say, I was like, this guy couldn't have retired. I'd like to keep him around. I might try to trade for a running back too, though, and then have him be my secondary guy. So we'll see if he wants to stay. And I would imagine why wouldn't he want to? Coming off a solid season. But yeah, I'm gonna try to see if we can add some more talent to the team. So let me do that, and I'll get back to you once I can. All right, we did a trade with the Dolphins to get Shane and Mitchell, as well as a 4th and 5th round pick this year. Trading away our 1st, 2nd, 3rd round pick in 2029, as well as a 2nd and 3rd round pick this year. So we're trading down and also getting some more talent, basically for Vaughn. So love that move. And that's really about it. I mean, free agency, I don't think I'm going to sign anybody else. I just signed a couple guys that I wanted, and just mainly the guys we wanted to get back, which was Singletary. No. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I got back Singletary, and then we also picked up Caleb McGarry, another right tackle. So both scheme fits, obviously. Again, I think we were good last year. Why not be good again this year? That's what it all comes down to. Let's see what happens in this 4th season. All right, I'm going to show you guys the draft recap since this is what it looks like. Not too bad. I feel like we got a couple running backs, a couple corners, a left end, and a strong safety. All right, yeah, let's head on to the next season. I'm just going to advance there and show you guys the roster. Like I said, I feel like we're coming into this season with a lot of expectations. I mean, you look at the roster. I think it looks pretty good. I think there's a lot of talent on this team. I really do. Milrow, of course, looking good. We've got Shane now as our top running back. Devin Singletary becomes a secondary, which is good, so I like it. I like it a lot. Fullback, Kyle Juszczyk's still here in case we need him. Neighbors, Samuel, and then Robinson, top 3 receivers. Theo Johnson is our tight end still, which is nice. Andrew Thomas, left tackle. Left guard's going to be John Runyon. And then Barton's going to be our center. Brandon's still our right guard. And we have Mitchell backing him up. Luke is our top right tackle. But again, McGarry's here to back him up in case we need him, right? Instead of Evan Neal to commit penalties. Left end, Cansey. We have our top right end going to be Darius Robinson. We also have Dexter Lawrence II, still 96 overall defensive tackle, which is fantastic to see. Thibodeau's going to be our left outside linebacker. Middle linebackers, Bobby Simmons, right? Hawkins is up there too now. We've got Burns as our top right outside linebacker. Corners, Deontay Banks, Max Melton, Isaiah Rogers Sr. Free safety, Bradley Sampson, as well as Molden. Strong safety, Tyler Nubin. Brandon Aubrey's kicking, punting is right. And, yeah, obviously, we don't have much picks. Well, the 2030 picks, we might make a move, or maybe in the 5th and final season. But right now, this is going to be the team. I'll see you guys at the midseason. I don't see why we can't be a playoff team again, right? 4-3 at the midseason point. Take a look at the stats, and we'll take a look and see what's doing well, who's not. I mean, Milrow, 1,637 yards, 10 TDs, 3 interceptions, 60% completion percentage, 106.8 passer rating is pretty solid. Can't complain about that. Devon with 497, 5 TDs of his own, 132, 1 from Singletary is the backup. Okay, 193 from Milrow so far. Receiving-wise, Deebo Samuel has 515, 5 TDs, 507, and 3 from Wandale Robinson, 245 from Theo, and then Malik Neighbors with 215, 1 TD. Sacks allowed, 4, 3, 2, 1, didn't. Okay, hopefully you guys know what that is. You probably don't, but yeah. Okay. Tackles. 43 from Bobby, 41 from Simmons. Thibodeau, 32. You get 27 from Nubin. Dexter Lawrence, 26. 25 from Cansey. Robinson with 22. 21 from Banks. Burns at 20, as well as Melton. Sacks. Kayvon, 4.5 to lead the team so far. Dexter with 2.5. Same thing with Darius. Pryor's got 2. And then Kalijah and Isaiah 1.5 and 1 respectively. Just 2 interceptions. And then kicking, 92% from Aubrey. You got your punting, your kick, and punt return. Looking just like that. And if we look at the team stats, well, that tells another story, right? And it tells a great one. Tells a really great one. So, offensively, we've been solid. We're at 9th in scoring, 7th in pass yards, 7th in rush. We're 17th in points allowed, with pass yards 15th and 23rd in rush yards. We almost have the advantage over the Saints. They're slight advantage over pass yards defensively. It's a game we should win, but we're just going to advance on, I guess, to the playoffs. We should be able to make it, like I said. We don't have money. So, okay, this is a problem, right? I'm going to have to free up cap to keep these guys around. Can't let them hit free agency. And then Milrow has an option, but cannot lose Dexter Lawrence. Ooh, can't lose him. Can't lose Banks. Can't lose any of these guys. So, it's imperative that... It would be imperative to win this season. But to stay competitive, we got to make sure that we re-sign those guys, or are able to re-sign those guys. So, contract restructuring will be a must. But for now, I can't really afford to do that. We could look to try to see if there's any players out there that can improve our team for the rest of the season. Just kind of add. And if there's anybody that we could add, I'm open to doing so. I mean, I guess we could pick up David Edwards for the rest of the season. I'm not opposed to that. Fits the scheme of the team. And I guess that's really it. I mean, he could just be our backup left guard when necessary. So, all right, I'm gonna head out to the playoffs, and hopefully we're there. 13-4, great season. Detroit also went 13-4. See, 8-9 made the playoffs, crazy. I mean, being 13-4 gets you ranked 5th because obviously San Francisco won their, it's all about division, you know what I mean? But we got to take on the Saints. So, I mean, at the very least, we have an easy wild card game we should win. I mean, you can see we're basically top 10 in everything on the ranks. So, that's fantastic stuff to see. So, let's look at the stats. Let's see what the story has to tell us. Now, Milrow, great season, over 4,000 yards thrown, 420 TD, 70% complete for 111.5 passer rating. Can't speak. Speaking way too fast. But this is the kind of season we want out of him. Devon with 1,169 yards, 6 TDs, 329 and 4 from Singletary. Milrow, 302 and 4. Wonderful stuff. Receiving wise, 1,112 yards and 6 TDs from Debo, 944 and 8 from Wandale Robinson, 785 and 9 from Neighbors, 661 and 3 from Johnson. Love it. And then you've got your sacks. Thomas with 9 allowed. Okay. Barton with 6. 5 from Luke, 2 from Runyon, and 1 from Brandon. You got Bobby with tackles. 97, 95 there from Simmons. 91 from Kamon Thibodeau. Tyler Newman, 58, 52 from Sampson. 50 from Banks. And then you got 49 from Roger Sr. Melton, 47. 46 from Lawrence II. 44 from Burns. And then Cansey, 43. And it just keeps dipping from there. 11 sacks from Thibodeau. Not too bad of a season for him. Dexter Lawrence II. 8, 6 from Cansey. Okay, 5.5 there from Robinson. Interceptions, couple guys, 3. You got 2 from Melton, and then Isaiah and Bobby, the middle linebackers, 1 apiece. Kicking, Aubrey, 80% only. That's a little low. 24 of 30. I can do a little bit better. Hopefully doesn't miss in the playoffs, but I'm going to take on the Saints. This is a game we should win. I see no reason why we don't win this game, so hopefully we can, and then advance on to the divisional for the second straight season, and this time maybe advance past it. Okay, wild card time, and we are going to hop on in to the Super Sim and jump forward to the end of the game and see if we can win here against the Saints. First blood will be going to us. We go up 3-0 on a field goal. We make it 10-0. Now it's 10-3, and we're going to make it 13-3. Now it's 13-10, fourth quarter, 16-10. 24-10. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're going to win this game, I think. Yep, 24-10. All right, cool. I was like, wait, is that them? No, but we scored 24-10, and we advance on to the divisional again. Shout out to the boys for getting the job done. An easy win there for Jalen Milroe. Besting Carson Beck, so good thing we were able to get Jalen Milroe instead of Carson Beck. We are at the divisional playoff. We have the 49ers in the divisional. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Now, obviously, you don't have Purdy because I think Geno Smith is their QB, so it should be better unless he got hurt. Looks like no. So, yeah, they just don't have him. Don't know where he is. But, yeah, you can see our rankings compared to theirs. It's a team we should be able to beat again. And I don't see why we wouldn't be able to beat them. Show you guys the playoff picture just real quick. That's the bracket. We were in the bottom right corner. And, yeah, hopefully we can win this and go on the NFC. That would be great. Let's see what the story is here. And I want to go to the Super Sim. Okay, thank you. So we're going to jump forward to the end of the game and see what the story is. First blood goes to San Francisco. We are going to tie it up. Second quarter, they're going to take the lead. We're going to make it 14-10. Second half, it is 21-10. We're going to make it 21-18. That's big. Can't get a stop there, though. We're down by 3. Now we're down by 10. Okay, it's a close game. 7-yard rush there from McCaffrey. 3rd and 3. We need a big stop here. We're down 3. We have 2 timeouts left. Got to get a stop. Oh. And we didn't. So this game's over. Most likely. 1st and 10. Yeah, it's going to be over. You needed to get that stop there. Yeah, I mean, 1:35. That was our final timeout. Somehow we can't seem to take down McCaffrey. I mean, 3rd and 3. Yeah, we're gonna have no time. And if they get a first down, obviously it's over. Which, you know, they probably. Yep. Game's over. Ladies and gentlemen, we lose in the divisional again by a field goal, 35-32. Yeah, 49 seconds. You just take the knee, and that's it. It's the game. So, unfortunately, we once again lose in the divisional. Have a good season, and we lose to a team that we probably should have beat. Oh, didn't we beat them in the first season? I believe we did in the wild card game. So I guess this is their revenge on us. And it was, this time it's Watson. Sean Watson, I guess, is the QB for them now. Okay. Very cool. So we lose by 3 to the 49ers in the divisional. And we got outplayed by Deshaun Watson. All right, Super Bowl. Colts beat the Vikings in the Super Bowl. Anthony Richardson was the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes, NFL MVP. Andy Reid, Coach of the Year. Offense Player of the Year was Justin Jefferson. Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year with the Cowboys. Stephen Clinton, Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Lamont Ramsey, Seahawks, Defensive Rookie of the Year. So we got one more season to try to win a Super Bowl, perhaps. And obviously, it's the goal. I mean, this team it's there. It's a contender. Just got to add a few more pieces and just have everything kind of work together. We got some young guys that are developing. Should be fun. So obviously the biggest issue here is re-signing some of these players. So obviously Milroe's an option. We're going to accept his option, right? No doubt about it. I got to get back like some of these other dudes, though. And with $27 million, it's going to be kind of tough to make it happen. So yeah, I mean, Dexter Lawrence wants a crazy amount of money. It's just way over my budget. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I want to make sure we get back, like, Banks. He should re-sign. Yeah. You don't have to slightly overpay. It's totally fine. Cansey and all these guys, we want to make sure we get them back. And then we're just going to have to restructure contracts. Yep. So that's good. And then, you know, some of these other guys, obviously, we don't want to re-sign too. So let me restructure contracts, try to see if we can get some of these guys back, and You know, that's really the ultimate goal, is to get some of these guys back. All right, so I'm going to franchise tag Dexter Lawrence II, and that is going to be the story. So, over the cap, officially. I mean, I could restructure, but I'm not going to have enough money. And, yeah, I mean, listen, that's the goal, right? It was just to get most of those guys back. Now, Melton is gone, but that's fine. That's fine. It's really not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, we could restructure contracts again, or some of the contracts we just signed for some of the guys, but it's not going to make a huge difference because, like I already said, we did what we needed to do in terms of getting back some of the guys that we needed to get back. So, yeah, it's not going to make a huge difference to restructure. So free agency is basically out of reach, and even trades are now out of reach too. So we're basically rocking with this team again without Melton now. So I don't know if we're slightly worse, but then again, I guess some of the guys on the team can just develop too. But just curious to see free agency. Okay. There's Drake, my guy. Chop Robinson, my guy. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll just simulate past it since I have no money. And I can't make trades now because, well, I have no money. So, there you go. This is basically the team we're rocking in the... Is this a fifth and final season that we're coming into? Yeah, fifth and final season. So, this is going to be a team, pretty much. Our fifth and final season, which we're about to head to. I'm going to show you guys the draft recap. Obviously, we didn't sign anybody in free agency, but this is who we ended up getting in the draft. I mean, these guys are really going to make a difference, but we drafted them. So, we're going to advance to the preseason. Take a look at the roster. I mean, honestly, like, this team should be still good. It's not like we're not going to be good, but I'm hesitant to say that we're a championship team, though, still. I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I do like the way Milroe is looking. Jane's been good. Booker, Singletary's regressed a bit, but Booker's taking a step up. We have Kyle Juszczyk still here in case we need him. I mean, Neighbors up to a 90. We got Robinson, Deebo Samuel's kind of regressed a lot. Martin might take his spot. Theo Johnson's looking good. Bellinger's backing him up. So, Andrew Thomas, a 91 overall. We got Runyon, our left guard. Center's going to be Barton still. Mitchell's our right guard. Okay. I mean, there are some holes on the team for sure, but, you know, Luke is still decent. Evan Neal is the backup right tackle now. Again, yeah, can't see left end, 83 overall. Okay. We got Darius Robinson, our right end. Defensive tackles, Dexter Lawrence II still here, of course. We franchise tagged him to keep him around for our final season. Thibodeau, 87 overall. Left outside linebacker. Middle linebackers, Bobby and Isaiah are still here. We have Hawkins, who might get some run time too. Burns, our right end. Right outside linebacker, sorry, not right end. Corners, Banks, Phillips, Rogers Sr., free safety, Sampson, Molden, Yates. Strong safety is going to be Nubin. And then we have kicking is Aubrey, punting is Wright. And you see the draft picks. Obviously not much. Maybe we can make a trade in the midseason. That's the goal. Because right now, obviously, I think... Right now, I mean, I'm just going to kind of rock out with the squad. Of course, if you look at the improved team... is there anybody here that we are missing? Usually anybody missing. If there's a right guard we could sign, that'd be great. Like Spencer Burford, could we get him? We cannot because we're over the cap. So, chances are I can't even make trades. So this probably is going to end up being the team. Is it good enough to win? I mean, there's a shot. There's a chance. I mean, the guys are going to get better. We have a lot of young guys, but there are some older veterans and some holes in the roster. But again, can't really fix it. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think we're definitely going to make the playoffs. I would be hell-bent to believe that we won't make the playoffs. So, our team, our team, so our team, or so we are, we're 5-2. Okay, there you go. That's just what I was trying to get after. Now, I'm curious to see if we can make trades. No. So, this is the team. We're sticking with this, with the guys. 5-2 right now. I mean, it's solid. I mean, Milrow has been not as great as I'd want him to be, but it still works. 7 TDs, 3 interceptions, 65% completion percentage, 97.9 pass rating, 1,523 yards. I mean, Shane's 474, 1 TDs. That's good. All right. Again, there's some promise here for sure. There's some promise. Receiving-wise, Robinson, 454, 4 TDs, 340, and 1 from Neighbors, 222, and 1 from Martin. Then we have Johnson, 204, Samuel, 958, and 158, and 1, 9 receptions. Sacks allowed, a few guys with 3 and a couple guys with 1, as you could see. Not bad. 11 overall. It could be better, but it could be worse. Simmons, 46 tackles, 41 from Bobby, 38 from Newbin, Banks, 27, 26 from Thibodeau, Burns, 24, 23 from Sampson, 22 from Rogers. I love it. Sacks, 5 from Lawrence II, Thibodeau with 3.5, 1.5 from Pryor, a bunch of guys with 1, and a bunch of guys with half a sack, so it's good to see. And I didn't look at interceptions. Thank you. Man, I'm telling you, sometimes there's like a delay. There's like such a delay sometimes with how I move my stick. Simmons with 3, Banks with 2, and then a bunch of guys with 1. Aubrey, you saw the kicking. There's the punting, kicking, kick return, and punt return there. Just 1 yard away from 1,000 punt yards, by the way. Saw that. Don't think I didn't see that. I saw. So let's look at the standings here. We are at top of the NFC East. Rams are 6-1 though. I'd like to maybe get a bye. Would be great. You see the team rankings were 17th in opponents' points per game, 11th in pass yards, rush yards, 10th, 4th in opponents' points per game, 7th in pass yards, and 20th in rush yards. Advantages all over the Steelers. So, yeah, let's advance to the playoffs, which we're going to be in. I hope we can get a bye. That would be nice. That way we only have to win 3 games instead of 4, but we'll see what happens. We got a bye. 15-2. We went 10-0 in the second half of the season. I mean, it's pretty insane. So, that's good. That's what we wanted to see. So, let's take a look at the stats. I mean, Jalen Milrow, not a bad year. Not as good as last year, but still a good year. 23 TDs, 6 interceptions, 69% completion percentage, 103.9 passer rating, and almost threw for 3,300 yards. I mean, you know, Devon, a chain, 1,127 yards, 5 TDs. I mean, that's pretty good. Jalen Milrow, 373 and 3, 295 and 9 from Jeff Booker. It's pretty good. Receiving wise, 888, 8 TDs from Robinson. Neighbors with 695 and 6, 614 and 3 from Martin. Theo Johnson, 530 and 4. Blocking, you could see there, 8 sacks allowed from Thomas. Barton with 5-4 from Mitchell. A couple guys here with 3, so good to see. Bobby, 103 tackles, still leading the team in tackles, man. It's awesome to see. Of course, Isaiah Simmons up there with 89. Newbin with 72, 62 from Banks, 60 there from Burns. Okay, dips from there, you know, a few guys with at least 50 plus. Okay. How about sacks? 10 from Lawrence II. Glad we franchise tagged him. 7 from Burns, 6.5 from Robinson. Thibodeau with 6, 5.5 from Cansey, 3.5 from Simmons. Okay, 2.5 from Reese. Bobby with 2. Okay, I like it. Interceptions, 4 from Banks. A few guys with 3, a couple guys with 2, and a couple guys with 1. Trevor Beck. Shares the same name as me. All right, Brandon Aubrey, kicking, punting. There from Ryan Wright, kick return, and punt return. So, saw the rankings. Let's see, we're taking on the divisional because obviously we have the bye. And as you can see, we're taking on the Vikings. We beat the Saints 35-20. And again, this is it. If we're gonna win, I mean, actually they have the overall against talent on us, but you can see our rankings. We're better than them at rush yards and defense by a long shot. They do have a good offense. 2nd in points per game, 1st in pass yards. We are 9th in points per game. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. If we can contain their offense, we can win this ball game. So hopefully we can. Let's see what happens. We're hopping on into the divisional. There he is, Mr. McCarthy. Little face-off with Milrow. We have to jump forward to the end of the game and see where we are going to be. So first blood goes to Minnesota. They're up 3-0. They're going to go up 10-0 here, second quarter. We get on the board 10-7. Now it's 17-7. We're going to get 17-14, 24-14 going to the second half. We make a field goal. They score a touchdown. And I'm not liking this. Go normal here. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. We're going to lose this football game. We're going to lose this football game. Yep. This game's over. And that's it. 38-24. I mean, not looking good. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go. I mean, unless we can get a big touchdown here, we need to go long here. I'm not even hopping on in because there's no point. Yeah, it's over. 34 seconds. It's over. Man, that's a disappointing way to end the season, losing to the Vikings like that. I mean, we had some solid teams. I mean, but just couldn't get over the hump. Couldn't get to the championship series, man. 3 straight seasons of losing in the divisional, I believe. So that's something you hate to see. McCarthy beat us fairly easily. So there you go. I mean, that's an unfortunate way to end the video, but that's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles. And yep, Giants could not get the job done with them. Shout out to the boys for not getting the job done. All right, we'll see you in the Super Bowl, and then I guess we're just going to have to go to the full screen and close out the video. All right, I mean, the talent's there, but we just couldn't put it all together. I mean, look at that. The Vikings ended up losing. The Ravens put it together for the 2nd straight year. Or not 2nd straight year. 2 in the last 3 years. As Ravens win 17-12. Lamar Jackson, Super Bowl MVP. The NFL MVP, Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Brian, our coach of the year, though. Brian Duvall was the coach of the year. Isaiah Pacheco, Offensive Player of the Year. I wanted to try to get Pacheco, actually, instead of Chain, but I couldn't get Pacheco. I didn't have enough. Defensive Player of the Year was Josh Hines-Allen from the Jaguars. 49ers, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Devontae Geddes, quarterback. And Brian Streets, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Patriots, middle linebacker. All right, and I guess with that all being said, and we're just going to close out the video. So there are the other rankings, again, visually, with colors. Very nice, right? All right, let's close it out. Well, hope you enjoyed. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the job done with the Giants, but sometimes, like I said, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Game a little short, but leave a like, subscribe, enjoy the content, comment down below some more video ideas, wherever socials, play the 2nd channel and main channel down below in the description. If you do like other content from me, TJP, and if you want to be notified when I upload, you can hit the bell. Is that still a thing? I guess that's still a thing. You can still hit the bell, right? You can be notified when you get upload. Or RSS feed, who knows? There's a lot of different ways you can do it, right? I'm sure there's RSS feeds that you could do. But anyways, I post every day, so it doesn't really matter. All right, I'm done. I'm going to head on out. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Next team we do for NFL, we AFC team. So, yeah, I don't know what team that is off the top of my head. I'll have to look. But anyways, peace out.